and those emojis honestly should be illegal. I've been emailing Apple every single day to remove the meat emojis from the iPhones, and they're not doing it. I don't know why they're not doing it. I've been emailing them every single day to stop putting the meat emojis in the phones. Like, it should be illegal. It's offensive to me, and it's triggering to people like me who are vegan. It is so triggering, and I don't know why they don't take them off the iPhone, because they're so triggering. They are so triggering.
I really, really, really hope that this was satire. I hope this was a fake comedy skit, but with how low the testosterone levels are, I doubt it is. Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Zugradowski here of WeAreChange.org, and man, oh man, oh man, do we have some absolutely crazy news to get into today, especially with some people being absolutely furious and frustrated with some transparency and accountability presented to us by Elon Musk. All of this as the Pope has some very crazy topics that we're going to be talking about in great detail today, as he foresees some really bad stuff in the future. Now, what's this type of stuff? What are they talking about? Now, exactly what is the Pope talking about? Well, we're going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all on this independent media operation. If you like the shirt that I'm wearing right now, which is perfect for your upcoming Christmas parties and family gatherings, you can get it on thebestpoliticalshirts.com. And the clip that we played in the beginning of this video was, of course, first released by Clown World on Twitter. And who is this creator? I have absolutely no idea, but this video is being shared around widely. And if you're able to find out if this is actually a real clip or if it's satire, please let me know down in the description below, because the suspense is just absolutely killing me, as there's no way people are so unhinged and crazy, right? I hope I'm not wrong, but very similar activity is being seen on a lot of big tech social media platforms, particularly Twitter, where a lot of people are extrapolating and connecting the dots on some, let's just say, conversation-sparking posts by Twitter owner Elon Musk, who just tweeted, "Follow," and a rabbit emoji. Now, no, people aren't calling for the rabbit emoji to be deleted, unlike some people who are triggered by emojis, but clearly I think it's fair to say what Elon Musk was trying to say here is that people should follow the rabbit down the rabbit hole, which essentially means researching and following things more closely. But according to Caroline Bueno, a PhD doctor in behavioral science, this somehow is correlated to Elon Musk encouraging people to follow things like an alleged domestic terrorism movement and conspiracy movement that clearly has no actual merit in our society. Most likely was a government psyop experiment, clearly highlighting that no matter what Elon Musk tweets about, the left will lose their minds about it and extrapolate some of the most craziest, bewildering, deranged thinking behind it, which is absolutely nonsensical and highlights the larger mental instability of people like Miss Caroline here, who's trying to equate an emoji of a rabbit with Elon encouraging 120 million people to join a domestic terrorist group, and I'm not even extrapolating that. And this is literally from a person that claims to work on disinformation at major prestigious universities and scientific groups, which clearly highlight absurd logical leaps, as of course I think it's fair to say what Elon Musk has been doing on the platform is, of course, giving it a lot of attention, as, of course, he seems like the new boogeyman the corporate media establishment is focusing on. In the absence of Donald Trump, there always needs to be some kind of mass formation, psychosis, evil villain, and it looks like Elon Musk is taking that place as the main central figure of attack by the corporate mainstream media. Now, John Rich, a country singer, had a very interesting observation, and according to him, quote, "If your house was on fire and you were sound asleep, wouldn't you want someone to wake you up?" That's what Elon Musk is doing. And whether you agree with that or not, I think it's fair to say that there have been a lot of changes being made to this platform that have allowed people to actually speak freely, more freely than they ever were before, giving a lot of people their political voices back when they were censored before, as there is a major focus against inappropriate content related to children on the platform. And in response to this news, I would say that this was the major linchpin Not only with many key figures in the Twitter Trust and Safety Council resigning after this was announced, including many celebrities, including the onslaught of corporate media attacks, but just moments ago, we got the news that Twitter finally disbanded its entire Trust and Safety Council. This, as I think it's fair to say, that it didn't provide any safety and it didn't get anybody to trust them with their clear political prosecution of thought, while the website was used by some of the most nefarious, nastiest human beings on the face of this earth, which we can't even describe you what kind of content they put on the platform that Twitter allowed previously beforehand. And while radical religious groups were recruiting on the platform, while there was videos of horrific events, while children were being exploited in horrible ways on the platform, what did Twitter focus on? Well, they focused on using terms like MyPillow as misinformation, flagging it and downranking it in the algorithms. All of this while criminals and victims were left screwed by the platform that, of course, widely ignored them. And of course, this leads me to the latest news of what happened to Sam Bankman-Fried, most likely a fall guy, who finally, under the full pressure of predominantly independent media, the Twitterverse, and a lot of people connecting the dots on platforms like social media, we have finally had the announcement that SBF has been arrested and charged on fraud charges and is facing 155 years in prison if he is convicted on all 8 charges. This, as by and large, it took the U.S. Justice Department a very long time to act here, as of course they prioritize other behaviors, like shutting down people who live streamed the World Cup. Yes, that's literally what the U.S. Justice Department is focusing on, as of course widely child predators, fraudsters, and other large criminals are running free, highlighting some very clear problems in our society that are about to get a lot worse than better, especially when it comes to the politicization of our justice system. I'm going to be talking about that, plus a lot more, all later on today on an exclusive video on LukeUncensored.com, our own platform where we get to say and do what we want. No restrictions, no limits. We also have a forum. We're also going to be talking about solutions. We also have giveaways. And today's video, just like most of the videos on LukeUncensored.com, will definitely be really spicy and getting into some topics that we cannot discuss here. We're going to try to focus on solutions, especially this week. So many things to talk about, so many different offers of value on LukeUncensored.com that this is clearly the place that I'm spending a lot of my time on. A lot of my blood, sweat, and tears particularly goes to this platform, and I'm doing my best to provide you the most incredible, most important news for you almost every single day. So if you haven't signed up yet, sign up right now. It's very quick, it's very easy, all on LukeUncensored.com, and I will see you there right after this video done. As of course, we're still not done here, as the Pope has made some very big statements as of late, specifically saying that he sees omens of even greater destruction and dissolution for mankind. Yes, these are the words of Pope Francis at the age of 85 as he was giving Mass commemorating the feast of Our Lady Guadalupe, specifically saying that, quote, he has a dire vision for the world, specifically highlighting how he has a vision that things will get worse. Previously, before that, even saying, quote, it is a bitter time, filled with the rumbling of war, growing injustice, famine, poverty, and suffering. But at this bleak and disconcerting time, there are omens of even greater destruction and dissolution. And talk about a negative Nancy there. And even though the Pope didn't extrapolate further on these particular topics and giving exact details here of what will get worse, I think it's also fair to say that it doesn't take a rocket scientist in order to also understand that this is very true as well. As of course, there are a lot of problems facing and plaguing humanity, especially when it comes to our current foreign policy, especially when it comes to the current economic situation, especially when it comes to overall health and well-being, and especially when it comes to the larger population crash coming our way very soon. As of course, there's less and less people on this world, which will lead to significant problems, and not too many people in this world like the corporate media and other individuals like Bill Gates will claim. But also in the making of this video, another problem, specifically geopolitics, also plagues the world, as we also have gotten the news that the president of Russia unexpectedly just canceled his annual year-end marathon press conference. Why did he do this? Well, some people say that this is related to his deteriorating health, and with the decline of health, it also correlates to the decline of mental ability to make the right decisions. This as his country is involved in a proxy war between the Western powers, with him continuing to threaten an all-out nuclear war for the world. So yeah, that situation is happening there, as Russian state media is talking about how a war with NATO is inevitable. This as they now claim that Poland is getting ready to, quote, attack Kaliningrad. Now, if international relations aren't your main concern, there's also a lot of crazy things happening with our financial institutions that are essentially running larger Ponzi schemes, allowing the richest people to become even richer, screwing everyone else over, and printing money out of thin air to spend on government luxury projects of equity and wokeism that, of course, truly at the end of the day only create more inequality. This as UN inflation numbers in November were 7.1%, actually lower than expected according to the official numbers. This as people at the grocery stores are telling a different story of those numbers, as they keep paying more and more for common household goods, as of course the cost of living has been going up dramatically while wages have been stagnating. Why have wages been stagnating and the cost of living going up? Well, one reason is of course also immigration that brings in an influx of people that makes things like housing go up and wages go down. With the basic supply and demand economics, this as now thousands of people have been documented crossing over the US-Mexican border in just one night alone. Crazy video, crazy footage. This as some local governments keep prioritizing welfare for illegal immigrants and people coming across the border while ignoring their own citizens. This is a perfect example of what's happening in California, where there is a massive homeless boom to the point where now the Los Angeles mayor has declared a homeless state of emergency. All of this as a lot of the state's resources go to helping out all the people coming across the border while ignoring the citizens that currently live there, who in many instances pay some of the highest taxes in the world in order to pay for the subsidizing of the replacement of populations that the Democratic Party keeps patting themselves on the back of and cheering on. And the financial situation has become so bleak that even BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, came out and said that, quote, central banks are deliberately causing recessions, warning of a downturn unlike any other coming very soon to the world. And when it comes to these two basic concepts of international relations and finance, I think it's fair to say that the Pope here isn't wrong on his assessments. Now, I haven't even gone into the larger health problems and the larger depopulation problems, but I will on lukeuncensored.com. I will see you there right after this video. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys actively watching and sharing this video, and this is why I love you guys. Stay tuned for more here on wearechange.org.